All right, let's tackle a huge question today. In this new age powered by AI, how do you not just, keep your job, but actually get better at it? We're going to break down a really practical roadmap for thriving in this whole new world of work.
This quote right here just nails it. The conversation has completely changed. It is no longer a question of if AI will change your job, but how fast you can adapt. And as we're about to see, the speed of your adaptation, that's becoming the critical new skill.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why adapting isn't just a good idea, it's non-negotiable. Then, we'll map out a 5-stage learning journey. After that, we'll get into the biggest risk, and that's losing our ability to think critically. We'll build a balanced toolkit to avoid that trap. And finally, we'll zoom out and look at how all this ties into our bigger purpose and what really, truly makes us irreplaceable. Okay, first up, the AI adaptation imperative. And honestly, the subtitle says it all. Why standing still is not an option. This isn't just industry hype. It's a real, fundamental shift in how work gets done. And it forces a very clear choice on all of us. And this is the choice right here. The people who learn to leverage AI are going to amplify what they can do big time. But those who resist, or just ignore it, they're going to find themselves at a bigger and bigger disadvantage. It's really the difference between getting a massive boost or trying to run uphill while everyone else is on an escalator.
So if we all agree that adaptation is the goal, what's the plan? How do we actually do it? Well, that brings us to our second section, your AI learning journey. And the good news is, you don't have to figure this out all at once. There's a clear, 5-stage path you can follow.
And here's that path. It all starts with just awareness, paying attention to what AI can even do. Then you move to experimentation, just trying it out on small, simple tasks. From there, it's integration, making it a normal part of your workflow. Then you get to optimization, where you're actively getting better and more efficient with it. And the final stage, that's innovation. That's where you're not just doing old things faster, but you're actually creating totally new ways to work that were never possible before. So, take a second and think about it. Which stage are you in right now?
All right, now for a really important warning. Section 3 is all about preserving your critical thinking. This gets into what might be the single biggest risk with AI, and it's probably not what you're thinking. It's not about being replaced. It's about giving up our own judgment.
This all ties into a fascinating idea called the automation paradox. Now, it sounds a little backwards, but think it through. As AI automates all the easy, routine stuff, the only work left for us humans is the hard, high-stakes, messy work. That means our judgment, our decision-making actually becomes more critical, not less.
So how can you tell if you're starting to rely on it too much? Well, here are some red flags to watch out for. Are you just accepting AI outputs without even reviewing them? Do you feel kind of lost if you have to do a task without it? Are you starting to lose touch with the basic principles of your field? These are all warning signs that you're letting your own mental muscles get a little weak.
Okay, so we get the risks. Let's talk about the rewards and how to get them safely. This brings us to Section 4, a balanced AI toolkit. This is all about practical, real-world strategies you can use in your day-to-day work. And a fantastic way to think about this is the 70-20-10 rule. The goal is to have about 70% of your work be AI-assisted, where you're still in the driver's seat. Keep about 20% fully human. That's your deep, strategic thinking, your creativity, and then let only about 10% be fully automated. The really repetitive, no-brainer tasks. This framework helps you get all the benefits of AI without losing your edge. Now, to make that 70% of AI-assisted work really sing, you have to get good at what some people are calling the meta-scale of the AI age, prompt engineering. Don't let the fancy name scare you. All it really means is learning how to give the machine clear, effective instructions. It's the difference between just being a passenger and being the captain who's actually steering the ship. And here are the keys to doing that well. You have to be super specific. Give the AI all the context and constraints it needs. Tell it the exact format you want back. And don't be afraid to try a prompt, refine it, and try again. But the most important rule, always verify the output yourself. Trust, but verify. Let's pull the camera back a bit, from the daily tactics to your long-term career strategy. Section 5 is about future-proofing your purpose. This is all about building a career that can handle any technological shift because you're focused on what truly lasts.
This brings us to the whole idea of durable skills. While skills for specific software come and go, these are the ones that stick around. Things like learning how to learn so you can adapt to any new tool that comes along. Or problem identification, not just problem solving. AI is great at solving problems,
but it can't tell you which problems are worth solving in the first place. And of course, the deeply human skills, communication, and emotional intelligence. This is what makes you valuable no matter what technology is popular.
And you know, this raises a really crucial point about productivity. AI can make us incredibly efficient, but efficiency isn't the same thing as fulfillment, is it? Meaning in our work comes from things like craft, impact, and connection. As AI takes over more of the what and the how, our biggest opportunity is to double down on the why.
This brings us to our final section, and I think it's the most important one of all. Section 6, the irreplaceable human advantage. Let's talk about what makes us, well, what makes us human.
This slide just lays it out so clearly. Sure, AI can process information, find patterns, and generate text at a scale we can't even imagine. But look at what it can't do. It can't assign meaning to any of that information. It can't truly understand context or nuance, and it absolutely cannot care about the outcome. And that, right there, is our domain.
And this is really what it all boils down to. These aren't just skills you learn. They're the core of our human advantage. Things like consciousness, empathy, the wisdom that only comes from real experience, and the ability to make ethical judgments. You know, the winning strategy isn't to try and outprocess a machine. It's to double down on the very qualities that make us human in the first place.
And so we end with this thought. As AI handles more and more of the what can be done, the fundamental question we have to ask ourselves changes. It shifts from what are my skills to what is my intention? Not just what can I do, but what do I want to contribute? And that shift in perspective, well, that might be the most profound transformation of all.